Good evening, very good day everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. I am your personal funky sim pilot, and my name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And we're going to be flying live on the VATSIM network. Now, when I was checking earlier, we should have control, at least from, well, at the moment from both our arrival as our destination. But who knows, by the time we get to the destination, maybe people have gone to sleep. But we are using the flight simulator Cessna 414 AW Chancellor again. This is currently my favorite aircraft. And I have installed the an upgrade for the working. Basically, I was using the working title GNS 530, but at the moment I'm using the PMS 50, and hopefully that will work. I haven't tried it before, so this is going to be the first time, so it could be exciting. We are already on the network, and we're doing a flight from Sofia in Bulgaria to Belgrade in Serbia. It's about a 1 hour and 50-minute flight or so. So we do need, before we do anything, fill up on the fuel, so that we don't have to make it there gliding. Now, I've been looking at that thing. Oh, it's a building. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're flying real world time and real world weather. When I spawned into the simulator, it was actually raining. It sounded really nice and cozy, but looks like weather has cleared up a little bit. So let's carry on. And let's get this aircraft started, and then we'll see what the GNS 530, or actually the PMS 50, PMS 5, no PMS 50, has to offer us. So, usual, we start with the both the fuel tanks, like so, and then the full mixture, full reach. Maybe zoom out a little bit. We already filed the flight plan on the network, so we can ask for a clearance anytime soon. Let's see. You know what? Let's use the external power for a change. So we might have some preparing to do. So GPU, ground power unit. There you go. Now, let me quickly do a little sound check. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, sound check successful. Thank you. Alright, so we have power. So let's have a look. Anti-collision lights. Actually, maybe we should first start with the battery power as well. Again, we now start the avionics bus with the engines off, so that's interesting. So let's have a look at what it says here. We are looking at the Garmin 530, GNS 530, and as I said, it should have loaded now the PMS 50, but I'm not sure if it's actually there. At the moment it doesn't look like it yet, but on the other hand, I'm not really sure what to expect. But it should have significantly enhanced functionality. No map terrain data provided. Yep. So we're going to OK this and OK. So now it will be acquiring a satellite signal. Just like usual, it will just take a while. It's searching. There's a lot of satellites overhead, obviously, and any moment now you should start seeing this field here populating with square boxes, and here you will see like depictions of the satellites that are overhead, and then it starts to connect with its favorite ones, if you will, the ones that he likes the most. So 09 is there. Well, hello 09ers, how are you today? Hope you're enjoying the view from way up there looking down at those mortal souls who are bound by gravity. Well, you know, in a sense, actually, the GPS is also bound by gravity, right? It's just working slightly differently. It's just constantly falling. And basically, we're constantly being pushed up. I believe that's how the physics works. But you know, I'm just a simple musician. So what do I really know? Okay, so there's a signal, so we are good for 3D navigation. So let's start with the radio. There's an ATIS 126.680. .680, I believe it was. Let's listen it.
H1010 Hector Passport. Advise you have received information Bravo. This is Sofia information Bravo. 8 is report at ILSZ approach, runway in use 09er, transition level 120. Wind runway 09er, touchdown zone 130 degrees 5 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 6,600. Ceiling 7,800 broken. Temperature 7 degrees. Dew point 2 degrees. QNH 1010 hectopascals. Advise you have received information Bravo. This is Sofia information Charlie. 8 is report at ILSZ approach, runway in use 09er, transition level 120, wind runway 09er, touchdown zone 150 degrees 5 knots, variable between 09er 0 degrees.
Okay, that is seriously loud. So let's just go ahead and tweak the settings there for a bit. And I've noticed this more often actually in on the vPilot or the VATSIM network, that sometimes the ATIS is like really loud. But you know, you want to be able to understand the actual controllers, obviously. Let's turn this down quite significantly here, and let's just try this again. See if it is less obscene in its volume levels.
0 degrees and 230
This
degrees.
sounds a lot more decent to me.
10 kilometers or more. Light rain showers. Ceiling 6,600 overcast. Temperature 8 degrees. Dew point 2 degrees. QNH 1010 hectopascals. Advise you have received information Charlie.
Okay. So we are on information Charlie. Let's mute that there for now. So let's have a look. ILS low approach, we're all not using approach, runway U09, transition level 120, wind runway 09, what? Touchdown zone 150 at 5 knots, well, that's not too windy, visibility about 10 kilometers, showers I believe, and 8 degrees, and QNH 1010. So we should advise we have received information, Charlie. Alright. So let's tune in the, I believe we go to the tower. Let me just think out loud here. Tower and then approach. Yes, I believe tower. So that is 118.1. Oh, that's the wrong button. One one eight decimal 118. There you go. Let me quickly double check the frequency here. 118.100. Yeah, that's looking good. I should tell you this is a smoking flight. So you are allowed to smoke. Just like your captain is doing now. Now I would like to see. There's a waypoints page. Box. Anything we can do on here? Fuel planning, tripling, density, altitude, progressive winds, schedule across field. The nearest page. I'm not really sure if it's working yet. Let's have a look what did the OBS thingy do. OBS not available. I guess we'll see it once we start using it, whether it is correctly installed. The PMS 50 is not too important for now, but I felt like trying it out, you know. So here we are, and let's turn on some lights. There you go. So we do not have to be sitting here in dark no longer. And the fuel, just fill it up completely. So we got full range now. That's 206 gallons. So we got the tablet out of the way for now. You can see it here as well. So the fuel quantity is filled up completely. Now here, when you boot up the aircraft, basically when you turn on the batteries, the fuel management computer starts loading up. And once you do verify the current fuel, I'm going to use function, and then it says fill up with 206. That's the maximum capacity of fuel, and we're going to confirm by pressing enter. Now we're looking at 206 gallons of fuel. Okay. I might have been diving into this a little too quickly and spontaneously. I just felt like, you know what, let's just go and do a live stream and just we'll see what happens. So all you thousands of people who are tuned in, you know, just sit back and enjoy the flight. So we're going to unload the previous flight, import, so try that again, import from Simreef. There is our flight, Sofia to Belgrade, and download it, and it will enter into the system here. So I can hide this here to the left. So here we are. It looks like we are at stand 44. Now, let's have a look at the flight plan. We requested, we filed a flight plan actually for, let's have a look. I'm off the screen here. That is the OGOTA 3 Sierra departure out of runway 09er. So we could have a look, requested, received. Pen and paper is always good to have handy, because you know these guys are going to give you some clearance and some squawk code and initial altitudes and all that miserable crap. And obviously, if you intend on using a pen, it is always advisable to use a pen that actually writes and works. I believe this one has succeeded the test. So let's contact Sofia Tower. Sofia Tower, Whiskey 4 Papa 812 at stand 44. We'll type Cessna Chancellor 414, requesting IFR clearance to Belgrade, please.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, good evening, Sofia Tower. Information Charlie is current. Clear to Belgrade via OGOTA 3 Sierra departure out of runway 09er. Climb flight level 180 and squawk 4725.
So that is the OGOTA 3. Cleared to the OGOTA 3 departure out of runway 9er, squawking 4725, and initial climb is 180, sir, is that correct?
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, the departure is OGOTA 3 Sierra departure, and your cruising altitude is flight level 180, so can climb flight level 180.
Okay, copy that. Flight level 180 for the OGOTA 3 Sierra departure, squawking 4725, Whiskey 4 Papa 812.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, readback is correct.
Okay, that's friendly enough. It's nice to go to some other places, you know. So let's start with the squawk code then, and then we can enter in the flight plan and then see if the PMS 50 is actually working, or if we're actually still looking at the GNS 530, but you know. So squawking was 4725, 4725. We'll just put it on standby for now. Okay, and then basically we're allowed to climb to well, basically set flight level 180 is decruising. Let's have a look at the chart in a bit and see what the departure is all about. So flight plan, let's go ahead and put that in. So the departure airport, Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot. Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot. Now the perk of having the working title, the name is working title GNS 530, is that you get this little keyboard here, and once you click that, you can use your actual keyboard, which is super handy. And then we're going to go to procedure, and we select the departure out of runway 09, so that's good. So all we have to do is scroll down to the OGOTA 3 Sierra. That is there you go. We enter the sucker, and that is now laid in, and we can actually load it as well. Now for the rest of the flight plan, let us delete Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot here, because we're not returning here by any stretch of the imagination. So after OGOTA, whoops, go back please, after OGOTA, back, thank you. So after OGOTA, we're going to Tango 228. I believe that is not in the GNS 530. We could have a look if it's in the BMS 50, but I sort of doubt it. It should be Tango 228. It's not recognized, so we're just going to skip that part for now. Hopefully we don't get into any trouble. So then the next one is intersection UTEKA. And that's in here as well. That is beautiful. And then direct to DONIV for the DONIV 2 Delta arrival. So what we'll do now is basically put in the the arrival airport. Lima Yankee Bravo Echo. So there's the departure, the arrival airport. And then when we go to the procedure page, we select the arrival. And then it's always good to take notice because it will, at the top here, always show you the departing airport. So you just click clear to go one step back. You turn the big button so that your cursor comes in the airport field here. Just manually type in the destination airport of Belgrade. Enter it. This is the wrong page, so what's going on? Stand by. So flight plan. We are flying to Belgrade, so that's correct. We go to procedure page. We'll select arrival. Looks like the arrivals are not loading in, you see that? Don't know what that is about. This is new to me. I always do it like this. We won't be needing this, so let's clear that. Can we select approach? We can. So it will be runway 12 right. There is no 12 right, I believe it's actually 12 left. That is at least in Flight Simulator. So 12 left, ILS 12 left. Enter that in. So perhaps this is what we needed to do first. And via DEVA, Logar or DIVCO. DONIV is not there. So it's for now we'll choose vectors. We can change this later and we'll load it in. Yes, it's for monitoring only, but load approach please, thank you very much. Now we go to procedure page and see if we can now select a full arrival. No, does not seem to want to work. Well, we'll figure this out along the way, and otherwise we'll just do it differently. We do not necessarily need an arrival anyway. So OGOTA, okay, so we got the flight plan loaded in. And how do I get back here? Let's see, we're at the waypoint page. We do not need to be at waypoint page. Can try, maybe, let's see, from here, one more time, against better judgment. And then see if we can do it from here. So select arrival. Nope, it won't have it. So no worries, we'll just return to the nav page then, and here we are. Okay, so that is it. We're scoring 4725 and out of runway 09er. So let's start up on the aircraft. Let's see. Turn on the magnetos here. The alternators are already on, and the fuel pumps. And we prime left engine, and we start it. Okay, that's engine number 1, prime engine number 2, and we start it as well. So it looks like we have 2 running engines. Let's warm up the engines at around 1000 RPM or so. You can see the engine, the second engine is starting up and catching up with the engine number 1. So we have good engine start here. Now let's quickly check the departure that we have been cleared. So the OGOTA 3, it's an RNAV departure, so it's basically just GPS points, there's not much to it. So max 230, well, we'll never make that. Should be above 4,500. What is actually our altitude here? It is now around 1700. Basically the aircraft is going to turn left. It's see. And then the OGOTA 3 Sierra is going to 333 degrees. Straight to OGOTA, so there's not too much to it. It's a very simple departure. Just, get lost, get out of the area. Okay, so well, we can do that. So do that we will. Let's have a look at the airport here. Runway 09 is actually very close by, so all we have to do is via Juliet Bravo. I'm not sure what they call it here. Let's see. Juliet Bravo 1, so probably holding point Bravo 1. So, especially when you do this on the line, it's always good to, I'm going to write this down. So we are at Tango, so probably we can expect either Juliet, not sure if this part here is Juliet, so let's just go ahead and put it down, Juliet Bravo, and then Bravo 1, hold short Bravo 1. So I guess that's what we can expect at least, with regards to the taxiing. You said QNH is, you said information Charlie, the QNH was 1010. Now I believe this one only has the barometric, well, let's just keep it at 2983, at least it's what's in the simulator anyway, So, I think we're ready to taxi then. I think we can go straight to 18,000 feet, which is quite convenient. So 8 and 1. We arm the altitude there. Flight director can go on. Navigate. Let's wait a minute and first put it on GPS. There you go. And then we engage the navigation. The autopilot is not on. What I should always do. There you go. Okay, so that seems to work. Is there anything else, people? We should squawk Charlie in a bit. So let's turn on some lights here. The taxi lights. And stomach heat and vital heat. And let's get rid of the ground power unit. There you go. One more thing in preparation is as soon as we get handoff, we should probably contact Sofia approach on 123.7. So let's pre-dial that, 123.7. 123.700. So that's dialed in as well. Looks like we're good to go. What does this say? Set course to 089. Sure, we can do that momentarily. Okay, quick sanity check then. GPS is loaded. We got the departure. Nav 1, flight directory. Nav is armed. Do not need this yet. For now I am good to go. I'm still not really sure how to use the pressurization system. So basically, should I put it now ready to 18,000 feet, yes or no? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And I believe that really should be it. Let's have a look outside real quick. It's quite dark, not very well illuminated. So we need to push back sort of, or at least make a U-turn. Let's quickly check the chart to make absolutely clear, so we don't look like fools unnecessarily. So the airport chart, and we can hide the column here on the left. Yes, we need to thread the needle right there, and then take an immediate right. So let's have pen and paper ready. Let's see what we're going to get here. We should get Juliet Bravo Bravo 1 or just Bravo Bravo 1, as far as I understand. Sofia Tower, Whiskey 4 Papa 812, we're ready for a taxi. We have information Charlie.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, startup is approved, QNH 1010.
QNH 1010, Whiskey 4 Papa 812, startup approved. Okay, so yeah, I guess we sort of jumped the gun there, starting up. But the gentleman's right, it's an IFR flight, so I believe we should actually get clearance for that. Let's use, let's see if there's anything else we can do. Engine's nice and warm now. Oh. Sofia Tower, Whiskey Papa 812, ready for taxi.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, taxi to holding point runway 09er. Via Uniform Victor Juliet and Bravo.
Taxi to holding point runway 09er via Uniform Victor Juliet Bravo. Okay, so that's okay. So Uniform Victor. Okay, so we're taking us like this. And then Juliet Bravo. Okay, we're taking the long way home. That's nice, a little excursion. Let's keep this handy for a little bit. I'm going to turn up this gentleman's volume a little bit, so I can hear him a little more clearly. In case he says, "Look, Arkady, stop, there's dogs crossing," you know what I mean. Okay, so parking brake disengaged. Let's look outside for a bit. Now there is something I guess I would like to check, but we could also maybe see how this is going to work out. But no, I'm choosing to check first, just to make absolutely sure. Okay, so we're about halfway, and no, okay, I guess that should be fine. Well, let's carry on then. It's really dark here, man. Okay, so here we are. I'm not sure if I actually went to this airport in or out in the simulator before. And let's stop a little short again, because it's seriously easy to get lost in these things. We do not take a right here just yet, okay. Okay, let's go, man. So it's going to be a short taxi, even though we are taking the long way home. And what do you say we squawk Charlie? There, so we're squawking now. So let's cheat a little bit and look out of the window. I believe... Let's double check again. One can never be too sure. and do not leave things to chance, so we carry on a little bit and then we go to the right. Beautiful. On you go then. Looks like we're not actually on the yellow line, but well.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812 report ready for departure.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812 ready for departure.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, wind is 150 degrees at 5 knots, runway 09, clear for takeoff. When airborne, contact Sofia approach on 123.7. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
Thank you very much, sir. After takeoff, we will contact Sofia departure 123.1. Clear for takeoff 09er, Whiskey Papa 812. Thank you, sir.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, Sofia approaches on 123.7.
Thank you. My apologies. 123.7. Whiskey 4 Papa 812. Let's have a look. Oh, you dialed it actually. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's do this. So we will not be using any flap settings or anything. So there's the runway. So we're having a slight crosswind with the takeoff out of 150, but nothing too crazy. Okay. One final check. Let's get rid of the Navigraph charts. Let's turn on the runway lights, or the landing lights. It's never a bad idea. Alright, let's roll, man. Parking, low brake, disengaged. Have to put in some right rudder. Airspeed's alive. Oh, look at it go, man. Rotate. Okay, we got positive rate. Gear up. We are cleared for the departure route, so fuel damper autopilot. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit, and we contact Sofia approach. Sofia approach, good evening, Whiskey Papa 812, climbing through 31.
Papa 812, reading Sofia approach identified.
We didn't copy that, apologies. So what did you say, please? Whiskey Papa 812?
Whiskey Papa 812, you're identified.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're identified. Beautiful. So I had to turn up the volume there a little bit more then, just to understand the gentleman. So we're getting close to our first turn. Let's zoom in a little. We are on nav, so we can expect a left turn. There we go. Okay, so this bit's good. Climb rate is fine for now. No, we're going way too slow. I guess the gear is not up. Let me check. Gear is up, so let's check here the speed. Okay, we should not climb that aggressively, I guess. So let's take it really easy now. Nice and easy here. 1000. Let's keep an eye on the speed because it's a little bit on the slow side. I'm going to go for about 500 feet per minute climb. Let's power back a little bit. Okay, let's see how this goes. So now we are powered down, powered back a little bit. We are at about 900 feet per minute, and the speed, well, at least it's not dropping. If anything, it looks like it's increasing ever so slightly. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to turn off the fuel pumps.
Whiskey for Papa 812, proceed direct to UTEKA.
Proceed direct to UTEKA, Whiskey for Papa 812. Proceed direct to UTEKA. Now let's have a look in the flight plan. I do not believe I saw that name. Sofia approach, please stand by, Whiskey Papa 812. Let's have a look. It sounds like it's UTEKA or UTEKA, but that would be 58 nautical miles, but could be. I'm guessing, but I did this once before. I was just guessing, and I made a fool out of myself, and I annoyed the hell out of the controller, and that's the last thing that I want to do. Sofia approach, Whiskey for Papa 812. Did you mean direct to UTEKA?
Whiskey for Papa 815, I'm direct to UTEKA.
We're going direct to UTEKA, Whiskey Papa 812. Thank you. Okay, so glad I checked. I must say I did not find this answer to be very reassuring, however, but so UTEKA, we go to the basically selected here in the list. You go to the direct to page and you enter, activate, and we're going direct to UTEKA. So in other words, basically skipping the entire departure route here. We were supposed to fly, let's see if you can see this, so many colors there, man. Basically we're going to fly this line to OGOTA and then to UTEKA, but basically you're saying no, just skip it, just go straight to UTEKA. So.
Weather 562, I'd like to inform that on the ground, I have a default scenery and should be a problem. Request stand at my discretion, if it's possible.
0562, copy, expect.
Okay, so we're on the way. So, let's have a look. We are 39 nautical miles from UTEKA. We are still following navigation. We are armed for flight level 180. We're reaching 10,000 feet. The taxi lights can go off anyway. Let's also turn off the landing lights and retract them as well. It's fairly cold, so let's put on the cabin heat and we can have a look here on the tablet to see what the what is that? So cabin temperature is really low. Hopefully it looks like it's climbing up a little bit. So let's get this out of the way for a bit and let's have a look. So we have the cabin heat turned on. The weather actually, not really sure. Let's keep the icing as they are for now. I believe with this setting it should get rather hot in a bit. So let's just see how this progresses. Temperature is definitely rising, so that's good news. Now I saw I didn't study it. Basically, I downloaded the PMS 50 like on a whim. So I'm not really sure what to expect, but I believe there was supposed to be some like weather data or whatever. Now I do know there's if that's the case, there's always like there is no weather data really in Microsoft Flight Simulator because I believe the Asobo Studios have not opened the code or something like that. So however hard the developers are trying to implement it, they will not succeed. But that's not the fault of the developers. It's the fault of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, if you can call it a fault, but you know, that's what it is. But it should have some advanced functions, but at the moment I have really no clue. You can with the GNS 530 you can use the big turn knob here, the outer ring if you will, to scroll through the different pages. So you have the navigation page, you have the waypoint page, you have the aux page, and then the nearest page. Here you have nearest airport.
To descend altitude 8,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Down to 8,000 feet and QNH 1010 is available.
So you have the nearest page. Now in every page you have the small knob to go through all the little sub pages like so. So nearest intersection, nearest NDB, nearest VOR and so on. Well, that's actually it. And then the first page, nearest airport. So it could come in handy in case of an emergency, where you simply get tired of flying and you just want to land somewhere before you exit, before you rage quit the simulator. So that's the nearest page. So on the aux page,
With an 562 turn right heading 260.
Right, 260 is right.
not really sure what to do here on the aux page. Could have a look at what is density out there as winds. Does that do anything? Can we enter that or something? Yeah, well, there's some information there. And if we go to the... No, let's get the cursor out of there. Go around the procedures page. What did I do? Okay, so nav has a couple of pages as well. The terrain view.
Lufthansa 5, Echo Papa, good evening, Sofia, approach, identified information, Delta is correct, secured, Golf Oscar Lima 5 Delta 9.
And this
Expect RS to approach for runway 09, descent now flight level 150.
It's nice to have these friendly voices in the background, it's soothing.
Cleared to go now 5 Delta on arrival, expecting guidelines to level 09 around descent now for level 120 altitude 56 Papa.
Yeah, so on this page basically is the GPS information, the GPS units that the GPS is now connected with. But there's definitely more to it, to the GNS 530. It does not look, if you ask me, that the DMS 50 mod is successfully installed. But you know, this will definitely get the job done, and I will check it. Probably should do it without streaming. Let's have a look at the speed. Speed seems to have decreased a little bit. We are at 15,000 feet almost. Let us decrease the rate of climb. Well, that is a little too much. Nose up is usually a good attitude if you want to gain altitude.
Lufthansa 5 Echo Papa, proceed direct to Sierra Foxtrot 405.
Proceed direct to Sierra Foxtrot 405.
So we're on our way. Checking on the VATSIM map to see.
Wizard 562, turn left heading 110, descend altitude 6,000 feet.
So unfortunately Belgrade is offline now.
110 and descend 6,000 feet with the rest.
See, speed is climbing a little. Just going to micromanage here and be a little OCD. And see maybe if this gives us a little more power as well. So what's really nice is the pressurization system. As far as I know, it's all, you know.
Wizard 562, clear Thales, Zulu approach runway 09, report established.
As far as I know, it's all simulated.
Clear
as
fire,
well,
running
or model.
09er and report established with the 562.
So if anyone has some ideas to explain what this that we're looking at, because what I now usually do is just I put the big dial, this one to 18,000 feet, and I take off. I'm not really sure that's the idea. There is a differential readout that you have here, but there's also something like climb rate and something involved. So I feel like I would want to know a little bit more. So still planning on looking into that. Let's get rid of these little lights and get a little more cozy. Now the big light here, I like to put it like barely visible, like so just as a, you know, it's nice and cozy for a night flight. 16,600. Speed's not really going places. Let's check the flight plan, because looking here it appears to stop at UTEKA, which is bad news. On the other hand, it's not too bad. We have about 18 minutes until we reach UTEKA. So let's go to the procedure page and see if we can select the arrival now. So really I don't know why this is not working. This is always working for me. Could be that I broke it. We're 17,000 feet. Could be that I broke it trying to install the PMS 50.
Wizard 562, contact Sofia Tower 118, there's one way.
Contact Sofia Tower on 118.1. Bye bye, have a nice day, thank you for your service. Have a nice night.
See, the approach is actually loaded in. So once we reach UTEKA, we should basically just activate the approach. Because I believe if we activate it now, it's probably going to take us straight to LYBE, and then it's going to upset the controller. And we want to avoid that at all costs. But yeah, man, this is I really like this aircraft. It's beautiful.
For Papa 812, motor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Go to Unicom 122.8. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Lufthansa 5 Echo Papa, confirm descent altitude 8,000 feet, Sofia QNH 1010.
So we're going to Unicom 122.8. And what I like about this aircraft, it seems to be like it's general aviation, but it can fly really high and it's pressurized and stuff. And yeah, it's sort of like an in-between, if you will, you know, between like through airliners. Obviously, it's not an airliner, but you can do. I mean, you can do ILS. You can do IFR flights, obviously, with a Cessna 172 as well. You know, but something about this aircraft, I don't know, I just totally love it. What can I say? I guess I'm a sucker for beauty. Okay, so we are at the cruising altitude, flight level 180. Speed immediately picking up since we're at a level flight. Let's have a look at the power settings. Maybe just go like 32 on the manifold pressure. And I believe that's fine. I mean, a little speed is not bad. We have plenty of fuel still. We started out with a fully loaded, two fully loaded tanks, so that's all okay. What are we looking at? So it looks like are we actually flying through clouds here? You know what? Let's turn on the anti-ice for the window. And maybe also let's turn on the ice light and let's look at the wing and the leading edge here. Not really sure if I can tell if there's ice on there. It doesn't really look like it. It's not like I'm seeing Eskimos and igloos and stuff. Maybe an occasional light polar bear. So yeah, this is definitely some moisture in the area. We are 40 nautical miles from UTEKA, so we will not be able to fly the approach. Now that is not too bad because Belgrade is not online at the moment. So we'll do it ourselves anyway. But let's have a look. Let's look ahead. It's always good to plan ahead, obviously, rather than you know, lagging behind. And yeah, see what to expect. So we're going to hide the left pane here. So we're on our way to UTEKA. Let's see. So the DONIV, well, we're not going to fly the DONIV unless we fly it manually. It actually sounds quite funny. Just enter all the waypoints manually. But see, I guess it's an RNAV arrival as well. RNAV, so it's basically all just waypoints that you can enter there. So we could do that, but I'm lazy. I don't think I'm going to. The idea would be, I guess, DONIV, and we were DONIV 2 Delta, I believe. Let me just DONIV to Delta, that's confirmed. So DONIV to Delta, so you fly DONIV. Vanchevo. Indica, are these VORs? And then basically there's this square or rectangular kind of pattern. To DevDA. So Labud should be the first waypoint. Is actually initial approach fix. So we will not be seeing that here. So we will need to vector ourselves, I guess. Or we can try something else. Go to procedure page and go to select approach, and we select one to ILS, one to left. So I want to do ILS approach. So there's DevDA, EL, Logar. So DevDA, is there anything maybe earlier? Yeah, so let's go for EL. That seems to work out, since we were actually supposed to come in by a DONIV anyway. So we're going to take EA and just enter it in, and we'll load it. Yes, confirmed. Now I see here after UTEKA it says Belgrade. I don't know why, it's probably just me not understanding, but I am going to clear it out because we do not need it anyway. So after UTEKA we're going to India Alpha Delta 305 Oscar, if I'm looking at this correctly. If we take the navigation page, let's clear it. Oh wait, I should press procedure again. Okay, sorry. Let's see. The next page is this one. We'll take a and then there's your terrain and traffic. So that we don't need those really. Bullet. Okay, I think I'm good for now. Meant to press the clear button, I believe. Navigation, okay. Message saying set course to 318. Well, that's the autopilot is doing that for us. Now, in terms of descent, looks like DONIV. Looks like probably this is all from 9,000 feet. So the transition level is by ATC. So let's have a look at the final approach chart. That is not loaded in, so we will need to go to airport. Belgrade, open the charts. Then the approach section right here, runway 21 left, ILS. So we're putting a pin in that one. And then we can hide the left pane again. So here we'll find some useful information as soon as it loads. Okay, so this is the ILS or localizer for runway 12 left in Belgrade, which is our destination. Let's see, elevation, where's the airport elevation? It's 336 feet and the runway is at 317. Minimums will be listed below. Final approach course is 117 and the localizer is 110.3. That's already loaded in, as you can see. Now 117 degrees, we're going to put that in manually. 117. Put it in here. So 115. Something like that. And here as well. This will actually show us the ILS. Somewhere around there. Okay. So that bit has been taken care of. We need to descend to 9,000 feet if we want to reach Devda. Oh no, not Devda. Forgot the name. We can have a look at that in a bit, and probably just enter that only that intersection. 117.110.3. So we have this. Now for the decision altitude, we have, I guess we are category 1. Decision altitude 517 feet, barometric pressure, and decision height will be 200 feet above the ground. This is your radio altitude. I believe this aircraft does not have a radio altitude, but only works by decision height. Oh, that's actually a radio altitude. It doesn't have the atmospheric pressure, so 200. So we can turn this little dial here, and you see the bug there, and we just put it to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's sort of off the screen. It's not too important. It's a decision altitude. So that's in as well. And what is important, the glide slope starts at 2,850 feet. So when are we going to change? We are now at flight level 180. When are we going to change to the local pressure? So we refer to the chart and transition altitude 10,000 feet. So as soon as we reach 10,000 feet, we should go to the local, we should dial in the local QNH right here in the altimeter. So 10,000 feet is local UNH, is transition altitude. And I believe we got most of the things done. I do want to check the DONIV, so we're going to enter the DONIV as a waypoint. Let's also have a look at it, just so we don't lose our heads. So basically we're flying, not sure where we are now, but anywhere from this is a general direction. So let's look at the flight plan. We're at UTEKA. 2.8 nautical miles, we got really quick. It's called DONIV, so UTEKA, and I believe you put it on this one. Oh, not sure if that's going to work actually. Okay, so we'll leave India Alpha, that's fine. We'll leave India Alpha. Then I do want to see what is the desired altitude there. It is 7,000 or 5,000. So we could dive straight to 5,000. So, you know, we don't have a high energy approach, you know. So 5,000, so we're now at 18,000. So that is, what's the difference? 13,000, so times 3 is 39. So I believe around, if I'm correct, it's 49 nautical miles from India Alpha. We should start our descent. So if we now look at the, let's get rid of this. If we look at the flight plan page, we are now 119 nautical miles from India Alpha. So once it's reached 49 nautical miles, we are going to start our descent. And we are now from UTEKA on our way to India Alpha. So that's good. It's about 30 minutes. So I believe we have the well, basically, it's all set up. We're not going to enter the DONIV, what was the name, the intersection at all. We're just going to dive straight down to 5,000 feet at India Alpha. And then the glide slope will start at 2,850, I believe. So check the speed, it's 1701 or something. Yeah, well, you know, let's just see what this baby can do. Let's see if leaning the mixture gives us a little bit more power. Usually you hear something, I don't hear anything. Let's experiment with one. I don't want to shut it off, you know. I'm not really sure. Well, obviously you'll have less fuel flow, so that's, in any case, it's fuel efficient, but let's leave it at here for now. Now, I do want to see if we increase the prop RPM. If that is going to increase our speed. And also increase the manifold pressure. Just see if we can sort of expedite our flight time. Looks like speed might be increasing ever so slightly. We could be looking at some headwinds. I do not believe that is visible in this aircraft. Now again, if this were the BMS 50, I believe it might be in there. But then again, I have no clue what I'm talking about. But it would be nice. It would be nice if there is something. But on the other end, it's also nice, you know, just to not completely know. There is a weather radar here, but as I said earlier, it does not connect to the code that Asobo has used for the weather system, so you will not be actually able. Although I did once see something that looked like weather, so I wasn't really sure, and it actually looked fine as well. So you can increase and decrease the range, but looking at this, you know, nothing changes whatsoever. Oh wait, it's now on map, so let's put it on weather. Look, there you go. There is something there, so I'm not sure what that is. 160 nautical miles. We could keep it on, you know, just and let's put it on maximum range. Who knows, maybe it might be fun. And the fuel is, well, still plenty of fuel. And I'm wondering actually, perhaps, if we're not officially a little bit too heavy once we arrive, as far as I know. But I'm not really sure if that's also the case for these types of aircraft. Maybe you can just land basically with, you know, fully loaded fuel tanks. But I guess it's not a bad habit to always at least consider it, to be aware of, you know, of your weight and balance situation. I guess we'll leave the speed settings, the power settings for now, just like they are. So the windshield heating is on. That's the green letters right there. And then this aircraft has only on the left side, this is actually glass, and this here is like plexiglass or something. But the glass bit is actually heated. Let's see if we can. I believe this might actually be the heating system. It's running along the edge there to heat up the glass. You see also this rubber strip, which is missing on this side, so this is just, you know, put in basically in its place, and that's fine. So I guess this is how they do it. So let's have a look. I'm going to have a look here to see if there's any other stations live, but there's none. There's hardly any traffic here. But it's good. It's a good way for me as well to sort of ease back into flying on the line, you know. Just turn off the flashlight. You know, get a little bit more used to talking to these guys, and you know, like I noticed an interesting difference when, for instance, now we're taking off from Sofia in Bulgaria. You don't see those guys online as much, for instance, as you see in the western of Europe. You know, like London, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Netherlands, the Nordics. Usually, there's at certain times of day there's a lot of coverage, and then somewhat more towards the east of Europe, it's more sporadic. You know, it's more there's one there, one here. You know, and so it can be a little bit intimidating or overwhelming if you're flying out of London, and there's like 5 or 6 radio controllers for the entire London airport. You know, you will have delivery, ground, departure, approach, central, all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's like high-paced. And you know, we were here at Bulgaria and Sofia, and the guys seemed a little bit more laid back. You know, a little more relaxed, a little bit more like me, for instance. So that's why personally, for me, it's a nice stepping stone. Although I did fly from out of London the other day. You know, it's not like I don't do it, but it's an interesting little stepping stone. You know, to get more familiar with the phraseology, what to expect. You know, it's always a good idea what we did earlier to open up the Navigraph chart and then look at the airport diagram, the layout for the taxi charts and everything, and then sort of note for yourself, if I were a controller, how would I guide this pilot from his current position to the runway holding point, for instance, you know, and then you just note down the numbers, or the letters actually I should say. And this kind of stuff can sort of prepare you. So what I did myself, I took pen and paper and I wrote down what I thought, you know, what I was expecting. So I was expecting Juliet Bravo 1. So let's have a look here. We were parked here at Tango, if you will. So I figured Juliet Bravo and then Bravo 1, the holding point. This kind of stuff sort of helps you, because otherwise, if they're just gonna tell you like what appears to you as a random letters, you're gonna feel lost. You know, if let's say this guy says Whiskey for Papa 812, you're clear to taxi to Bravo 1 via Juliet 7, Papa Hotel 6 and Hotel 8 Charlie 1. I mean, it's just putting out random stuff that I see on the chart. You're gonna be all over the place, you know. So it definitely helps to sort of have a look like, what would I do? So what I did is, Juliet Bravo 1. Well, apparently he said Tango Uniform Victor Juliet and then Bravo 1, something like that. But then, you know, it's a good way to prepare your brain, you know, to assimilate information on the fly. And then this is, you know, like a small airport. It was a nice slow pace. It was only me. And then after we took off, you would hear like, I believe 1 or 2 other pilots. I believe 2 were flying in, or 1 was flying out, and 1 or 2 were flying in. But that's about it, you know. That was nice and easy. If you look at, you know, let's have a look at London. So like Heathrow Airport, and you open up that chart. And you go to the taxi tab here, and then I believe it will be airport, this one, is already a lot bigger. I mean, if they're gonna throw at you, yeah, sure, man, go ahead, taxi via Yankee, Lima 57, Bravo, Charlie, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna be like, oh man, what the fuck are they talking about? At some airports, by the way, somewhere like here or whatever, some designated places, there is something called the penalty box. I forgot to look it up. I'm really curious as what that would mean. I mean, what is a penalty box? You know? I'm quite sure it doesn't mean what we would think it means when thinking of penalty. Like, Whiskey for Papa 812, you are continuously not following my instructions. You go to the penalty box right now. What is he gonna think, that I'm actually going to listen, you know, the 10th time then? And actually drive all the way to the penalty box? So what's there, fire? You know? So I'm not really sure. Are they going to deflate your tires or something? You know, well, look at you now, you know? Why don't you listen? So not really sure what it means, the penalty box, but it's an interesting name nonetheless. But yeah, so, you know, and then some airports, and I believe it's mostly in the United States, here you have basically Alpha, Bravo. In the United States you can have like Alpha November, Alpha Mike, you know, those kinds of designations for the taxiways, so that can be interesting. So yeah, I'm happy to be flying again. How do we get rid of this chart now? I believe there should be a button to get rid of it. No, we just load another one and then get rid of that. You see, there is the button. Oh. There. Okay, so what we're looking at, oh, let's forget this actually and just navigate using the onboard systems as much as we can. So 16 minutes from India Alpha. So let's see what is the 65 nautical miles. So at 49 nautical miles, it's about, what's it, 17 nautical miles. We should start our descent. So I'm going to quickly. I'm not going to run to the kitchen. I'm going to grab behind and get a little bit something to drink. Just look at the beautiful lights there. Definitely looks like we're approaching civilization. So yeah, I will be back within 2 shakes of 1 lamb's tail. Okay, so here we are. I did forget to say before I left, do not take money from strangers or candy from strangers. And, you know, flying, streaming on the line, it's also a good way to lose some weight. Although you're just sitting on your ass, but you're not like munching away all the damn time, you know. So that's good. So, I'm getting ready to get my mojo working again. To be beautiful and pretty. I got a really small, sort of a little showcase kind of gig coming up this week. So yeah, so that's also nice, you know. flight entertainment for now. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're reaching civilization now. We are at 51 nautical miles. I like to start descending a little bit early. So we were going to descend to 5,000 feet, and then remember 10,000 feet will be the transition altitude. So before we start our descent, let's dial in 5,000 feet, so we get rid of the, let's see, are we close enough here? Get rid of the one right there. I totally love these dials, man. I'm not sure if you can see them very clearly. Like, look. I mean, how cool is that? You know, it's so old school. Okay, so 5,000 feet. Let's get rid of the damn flashlight. 5,000 feet and disengage altitude. What I will do is I will just put the props fairly low to around, I guess this should mean descent or something, or I mean decelerate. And now go nose down. You could try and descend at around 1,000 feet per minute. Now there is a VNAV button. There is not really a VNAV function, but we could try maybe the following. Target altitude is 5,000 feet. I believe it's going to tell you like when to descend, but we're already descending now, so a little too late, but that is entered. The target position, well, let's just say, oh no, let's just say 2 nautical miles, or 1 nautical mile before. 1 nautical mile before, guess we enter that as well. India Alpha. Hopefully it's going to recognize this. Oh, that's my bad. Oh, there you go, India Alpha. You can just pull it down from the menu. That's nice and convenient. And then the vertical speed profile. Let's say, oh, did it again. Let's say we are planning a descent of 1,000 feet per minute. Just like so. 1,000 feet per minute. Let's see what's saying here. Set course, yep. And the first thing, I don't know, it should give a readout here in the status, like descent in, you know, like 5 minutes or whatever. I believe vertical speed required, VSR. I believe that means vertical speed required to arrive at 5,000 feet, 1 nautical mile before India Alpha, using a 1,000 feet per minute planned descent. So in that sense, it looks like we might be a little bit high, if I'm reading this correctly. But mathematics is definitely not my strongest point. I like to think I'm a lot better at making music. But we're getting closer. Let's see what we're looking at. Speed is well under control. We're passing through 15,400 feet. We're descending at 1,000 feet per minute for 5,000 feet, which is armed. So as soon as we reach 5,000 feet, the out button will engage and the vertical speed indicator will show 0, because the aircraft will start level flight. And then the next step is probably going to be 2,850. Could have a quick peek here at the chart for the final approach. Let's see. Yeah, they're sending you off from 3,000 here from TIFCO, and don't believe, do we have TIFCO on our flight plan? With LYBE is the initial approach fix, Kilo November final approach fix. That's this one. So we could have one more look at the arrival the DONIV to Delta arrival. So we should be, let's have a look here. Sometimes I get lost, like, what the hell am I looking at? Flight plan, okay, so we get rid of flight plan, we're on nav again, okay. So we are actually still on our way to India Alpha, that's good news. Doesn't look like it, because it looks like we're more like going this direction than that direction, but yeah, I must say, you know. But according to the GPS, we're following a straight line, so let's just go ahead and put all our trust in it. Okay, so anyway, out of India Alpha, we want to be at or above 5,000 feet, which is precisely what we're aiming at now. And then after that, we continue 5,000 feet. The speed constraints are really not important for us. 4,000 feet. Okay, so basically we're going to let's see, Bravo Echo 101. Do we have that? Well, flight plan again. Delta 3050. Where is that? I don't know. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We'll just be following. In any case, at some stage, we'll turn on the localizer anyway. It could be. Let's see. Where was the LYBE again? So I'm not too familiar here, as you can probably tell. I don't know. In any case, and if we you know, we can always vector ourselves to a heading of 207 or whatever. So after India Alpha, it's going to Delta 3050. I have no clue where the hell that should be, unless it's here and I'm simply not seeing it. It's like sometimes these charts for my brain, they're like these tests. You know, these charts where they want to test to see if you're colorblind or something, you know, like too much information, I can't process, you know, help, my brain hurting. And at the same time, you know, you can listen to a piece of music and hear like all the instruments separately, so it's not that the brain cannot distinguish separate elements from each other, it's just the way the quality of the elements that's being entered into the brain, you know, either sound or a visual stimuli, you know, that's why some people are more like visually centered, and others are more audibly and all that stuff. Okay, so enough with the philosophizing. In the Alpha, so let's just see, just going to follow. Does it connect? It looks like it. It's going to be perfectly fine. Okay, 10,000 feet. No, 10,900. So we're definitely getting closer. And what is the runway? Might actually be. Really sure. It's okay. Let's not get distracted. Okay, so see, still descending. 900 feet per minute, 10,500. So let's turn on the landing lights. First we extend, and then we turn them on. Our speed. Oh, the ILS is recognized here. It's picking up. So let's check if that is the correct one. I'm not convinced. It says VOR 110.3. Let's quickly check that. We should look at this chart, I guess. Yankee Uniform Bravo 110.3, 110.3, Yankee Uniform Bravo, radio 351. It does not appear to be showing as an ILS or anything. Usually it does. You can actually see here ILS 1 to left. Like for now it would be ILS 1 to left. Does not seem to do that. Okay, so we are past 10,000 feet. So this is our transition altitude. So I'm just going to press the B. Hopefully that is fire is going to press it a couple of times before we touch down. India Alpha, 10 nautical miles in about 3 minutes. Speed is still fairly high, 180. We're above the glide slope, so it looks like the glide slope is picking up for the ILS. So both the localizer and the glide slope. So and that should make for a perfect ILS approach. So now what we'll have to do is monitor our speed and probably also at some point state our intentions. Let's see here on the VATSIM. There is some traffic and these are going overhead. Flight level 327. So they are no concern to us. And there's another one, flight level 35 or something. So they're of no concern to us at all. And the other one can be ignored as well. Okay. Well, apologies for that. That was off the screen there. Okay, we're still descending. And I could indeed believe we are fairly high. If we look at the VNAV here, there's a lot bigger difference. Now it's not the end of the world. The chart said at or below 700 or at or below or at or above 5,000, 7,000 feet. So we're at 7,500, so that should be fine. In terms of following the rules. Now I do have my own rules and I would like actually to be at 5,000 feet now. But we're not. Let's disengage the VNAV page. So basically let's have one more look. Let's go to the procedure page, activate approach just to be sure. This looks a little bit sad. We are not going to be doing that. So we're going to skip Delta 3050 and probably go straight to LYBE. I do want to descend a little more now, so let's do this now rather than later. For now we can carry on like this. Let's go one page back. This looks better. Not sure what the circle was. We're at 6,000 feet now. We are on our way to Delta 305 Oscar. The runway is still not showing here, the runway designator. Let's turn on the taxi lights and get ready for the final approach. So, fuel pumps come on. Mixture goes to full. I'm going to wait a little bit with the prop RPM. So we're holding at 5,000 feet now, and it's going to turn to 1901. It doesn't seem to make sense, 1901, because we're taking a left turn. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, point. Well, let's actually descend now to. I'm going straight to 2,800. To capture the glide slope. Disengage alt mode. Always start lagging close to the ground when I'm streaming. Okay, so there's the runway, so in any case we can always do a visual. We are still on GPS. Looks like we're not on the localizer then. But then again, it also does not show the localizer, so perhaps it's just going to be a visual landing anyway, or a visual approach. So let's see what's going to happen now. If this stays on GPS, we could... Okay, there you go, V-lock. We don't forget to re-engage nav mode. So now we're actually on the glide slope. Or no, not on the glide slope, but on the localizer. Speed is still fairly high. I'm going to, let's see, what's the DME? 9.8 nautical miles, let's get rid of the navigraph there. Well, this should get us down, but we are above the glide slope, so I'm not sure if we're going to be making that. Let's increase the rate of descent a little bit more. Oh, it's a little bit scary, you know, that's what I said earlier. I prefer to have a low energy approach, or rather like nominal, but rather than a high energy approach. I hate going around, and haven't really quite studied it, if you will, grasped the whole concept. Let's get the heading bug here in case we need it for something. Let's state our intentions, since we are on VATSIM, and let's be social beings, which we are. Belgrade traffic, Whiskey for Papa 812 on final approach, runway 12 left, Belgrade traffic. Okay. I'm going to extend the gear. Might be, not sure if it's officially a little bit too high of a speed to extend the gear, but I'm going to do it anyway. And let's disengage the autopilot, because we are not making the glide slope, we're going to do it ourselves. Well, definitely high. I believe we can still set this sucker down, but you know, the more we go nose down, the faster we're gonna go, and I'm just going to be a little bad boy and extend the flaps, because that's definitely creating the drag that we need. It looks a little bit more steady like this. It's not drop too much. The speed's still really high. I'm going for flap 2. I guess under different circumstances it would probably more be like some emergency descent or something, but we are gaining on the glide slope. You can see the little yellow triangle here, and obviously there as well. So now we're below the glide slope. Whoops, so let's correct for that. That's what you get for talking and doing stuff at the same time. Now, there is something I would like to do, but I'm not sure if I'm able, so I'm just going to... Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to be really quick here. There you go. Oh, look at that, man. Okay, this is definitely not winning the beauty contest, but we are dedicated to land. So we have flaps full. We're still below the glide slope. What the hell, where did the runway lights go, man? Well, at least we see the touchdown zone. Pull back a little bit on the throttle. Just a bit more. What the hell are we looking at here, man? I see, that's not the touchdown zone, that's way over there. There you go. Right, idle, let's set her down. Alright, welcome to Belgrade, everybody. Flaps up. And, okay, let's just get to the other end of the runway. I believe there's an intersection in the middle as well. I believe they have like 2 or 3 at this airport. The flaps are up. Let's always find the center line. I am using a Microsoft 360 Xbox PC controller, and I'm using the left and right trigger for the rudder, and that is not optimal, you know, because, well, for obvious reasons, obviously. Okay, so we can exit the runway right here, so let's put in a little toe brake. We don't like overspeed. There we go. So we're going to cross some holding point here as well. I didn't see it, but let's just announce ourselves. Belgrade ground, whiskey for Papa 812, runway vacated. Belgrade ground. Usually I would actually turn off the landing lights at this stage, but it is so poorly illuminated. You know, let's just keep them on and go our rogue. So we do not need the flight directors anymore, they can go off, and we also do not need the fuel pumps. Oh, look at that. So that's what you get when you do this on a computer, right? Have a look at the aircraft from the outside for a little bit. The sound is just wonderful, man. Okay, let's not get seasick. Yeah, so that's the fly sim where Cessna 414AW, Chancellor. Let's take a left here. And I believe there to the left is probably something for general aviation. I'm not going to bother and pull up the chart here to see where we should park. Somewhere around here seems fine. It's just stop right here. Parking brake is set. So make sure it goes off. I mean, listen to the sound, man, it's just so cool. RPM goes all the way down. And we can turn off the magnetos as well, the landing lights, and retract them as well. See if we can see the landing lights retract here. There they are. They're going really slowly, but they are retracting. Look at them. Awesome. Again, welcome to Belgrade, everybody. So what can we do? Turn off the anti-icing, and the cabin heat can go off. The ice light, we don't need it as well. Nav light can go on. Leave on the anti-collision lights for a bit. And let's also, let's have a look. Yeah, let's turn off the avionics is on. That's it. And here's the door. I mean, just check the aircraft, man. Look, it's luxurious. You can just sit here and chill, have a couple of drinks with your friends, and every now and then I just need to point out that the real aircraft has a optional toilet right here. So if you got to go number 2, you know, you can just change this into a toilet seat. And I do not want to be inside the cabin when somebody's taking a dump there, but you know, it is possible. There should be a little light switch here. There you go. So let's get out of this sucker. So look outside, and you can hear the crackling of the engines because they're cooling down now. Those types of details are just really doing it for me. Totally love that kind of stuff. So that's it. Yeah, so that's it, everybody. Welcome to Belgrade. Thank you for flying with us. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and everybody stay funky. And see you at the next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.